And good evening. More than 25 years ago, a man convicted of murder and rape in a Kern County courtroom, then put on death row. Today, that man may have a second chance at life.
23 ABC's Leah Pizzetti joins us now live from downtown with a breakdown of how that decision was made. Leah?
Good evening to you, Tim and Jessica. It happened about a quarter of a century ago. A 21-month-old Delano girl was found dead. Previously, courts thought they'd figured out what had happened, but today we're learning they may have convicted a man of a crime he did not commit. We do want to warn you, the details in this case are graphic. November 17th, 1991. Estella Medina took her limp 21-month-old daughter to Delano Regional Medical Center, saying she had hit her head on a door while under the care of then 42-year-old Vicente Benavides. Consuelo's condition worsened, so she was transferred to Kern Medical Center, where nurses attempted to insert a catheter and couldn't. She underwent surgery, and a doctor determined her organs showed she had suffered from blunt force injury, but that could have been caused by an assault.
At Kern Medical Center, Dr. Diamond examined her, and he determined that she had been sexually assaulted, amongst other things, and she was then transported to UCLA. Life-saving surgeries ensued, and days later she died.
Robert F. Carbone worked as a deputy district attorney at the time and was the prosecutor on the case. He was there from the beginning.
I spoke to the medical professionals. I attended the autopsy when she was deceased, and I followed through on the case to the end.
He says it was a shocking case that rocked the community. So when Vicente Benavides was convicted of murder, rape, and other charges, then put on death row, the case seemed finished.
At least in my heart, I felt that this was a done deal, that this was a scenario that would never be disturbed.
Now, 26 years later, new information. Benavides has maintained his innocence through his time at San Quentin State Prison. He petitioned for habeas corpus relief, and in January, the California Supreme Court heard the case. Monday, the court announced false evidence was introduced at trial, and Benavides received ineffective counsel, so the case was vacated. In a document detailing the decision, the Supreme Court says the injuries doctors initially said were from sexual abuse can instead be attributed to medical intervention, like multiple attempts at inserting a catheter, and many of the medical professionals who testified at Benavides' trial subsequently recanted their testimony. A children's sexual abuse expert who evaluated the case is also cited, saying death due to blunt force penetrating injury of the anus is so unlikely that it reaches the point of being absurd. But Carbone stands by that initial verdict, saying these accounts years later may not be accurate.
I believe that he's guilty and that he is a danger to children.
With the death penalty dropped, now 68-year-old Benavides' future is in the hands of the Kern County District Attorney to decide if he will be retried for other charges in Superior Court. We have reached out to District Attorney Lisa Green, who says as of today, they have not yet decided if he will be retried. They do hope to make that decision in the next week. Reporting live in downtown Bakersfield, Leah Pizzetti, 23 ABC.
Leah, thanks for that. It's a case that's gone unsolved for almost 40 years.